About 24 months ago, I was on our Bath, New York crisis unit when a young man from the 10th Mountain Division in Fort Drum said, listen, I can do my job, and I'm willing to assume that risk and that stress. What I can't take is when I speak to my wife and she tells me all we've got is $20 to survive to the next paycheck, which is next week. How do you do that in a world where there's $4 gas and $4 milk and $3 bread? How do you take $20 and look at your children and say, we'll find a way? Well, these extraordinary women find a way. They come together, they support each other. But we thought, employment is something that is a protective factor in a family. If the family knows that it's economically secure, if the family understands that there will be food on the table and they do have a secure place to live, if they know that they can make it, then there's hope. And with that hope comes a sense of well-being.
Here at Loyola, we started by talking to soldiers. We're a healthcare specialty provider within the VA, and we listened. And the soldiers were able to tell us, look, I can handle the stress of deployment. I can even handle the stress of combat. What I can't handle is the stress of my wife calling to say there's no money and I need formula and diapers. So Operation Economic Freedom is a result of that. What we did at Loyola was find a way to give back to these military families. What we did is we went on base and we interviewed active duty military spouses and said, what can we do to help? And what we found was a virtual call center would work for these women. They can work out of their home. They don't have to worry about daycare. They don't even have to worry about buying business suits. They can work out of their house. We supply them with a computer, headsets, and training, and they make phone calls on behalf of the Veterans Administration.
This company provides that. It will give so many spouses the opportunity to look at their husbands in the eyes when they're on webcam or a video chat or over the phone. They can hear the voice and say, yeah, everything is good. We miss you terribly. We're praying for you, but as far as the bills and everything, we've got a little extra. We're okay. We're making it now. When more often than not, most of the calls that are received, I don't know what we're going to do, and most of the phone calls are stressed calls. I don't know what we're going to do. The majority of military families that I know are paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes not even that. And it really puts a stress on the soldier. It puts a stress on the family. It puts a stress on the mother or the father who has to stay behind and be both mother and father to their children. There's not a lot of opportunity, like I said before, and this company gives us, our Loyola Foundation gives us that opportunity. And it means the world to me, and every person that I have spoken to, they're just amazed. This opportunity does not come around in 10 years. This is the first time.
I started looking for a part-time job in order to support my family, to help bring in extra money, as well as to give me something to do and meet people, because like I said, I didn't know anyone out here. I went to the Fort Drum website, I interviewed, I applied online, and I couldn't really find anything. And then one day I came across a job listing for Loyola, and it was a part-time stay-at-home job, which is something that I was very interested in, because then I could stay home with my daughter, not have to worry about childcare, and also have something to do. I interviewed with Deb and Chris, and I fell in love with the job. I thought it was just the perfect, ideal situation. You work 19 to 20 hours a week. You pretty much make up your own hours. They're pretty flexible, so it's like 3 to 4 hours a day, which is perfect because I can do that while my daughter's taking a nap, and but still have time to play with her and spend time with her.
Finding a job was very difficult after moving to Fort Drum. I did everything possible. I sent out my resumes. I went online. I went to the ACS building. Went through all of their classes. I had the opportunity to interview, and when I found out what it was about, when it was about helping our veterans, I just jumped at the chance. I couldn't say no, and my heart's 100% in it, and I want to be able to support my family, my husband, and every soldier out there, whether it be Army, Navy. All of our veterans need that support, and I will do anything that I can to help them.
When Loyola started this project, we had no idea the impact we would make on these women, and they have become their own community. And not only their own community within themselves, they've become advocates to bring this nationwide because the sense of relief we've brought to them, they want to carry across the nation.
Loyola is based on the idea of soldiers helping soldiers and their families. We're a nonprofit organization that's governed by veterans, it's run by veterans, and we're dedicated to creating innovative business models where veterans and their families serve each other. Some of our work involves helping the soldier when they have an addiction crisis or other problems, and this effort gives all of us a way to work together to stay ahead of the risk factor of economic distress so the soldiers and their families can stay intact financially. The Veterans Administration deserves a lot of credit for helping us establish a key innovation so military spouses can work from home. Without them and our donors, none of this would be possible.
Through the cooperation of the VA, through the cooperation of our agency, and significantly through the cooperation of our corporate donors, people came together, Americans came together to say, we want to alleviate suffering through the simple act of empowering people to alleviate their own economic distress. That was the goal, that was the point. And that was what we thought rested at the heart of the movement. Getting ahead of substance abuse problems by reducing stress, rather than just having crisis centers and homeless programs that take people in when the bad event has already happened or the crisis has already occurred. Both are necessary. But the more times we come together from multidisciplinary sectors and we fashion these solutions, the better these lives in these military families are going to get. And look at, what do you owe somebody who's willing to lay down their life for you? You owe them everything.